We are aware that the world is always changing and developing because as technology advances, we find more evidence of strange phenomena in the cosmos and learn more astounding facts about our home planet. Sometimes these findings are exciting, but other times they raise serious concerns for scientists. Have you ever wondered if the planet could explode? A few decades ago, no one would have believed that it was possible, but the Earth has been busy, and scientists now warn that it's very possible that a massive global catastrophe is currently underway despite the environmental changes that humans are contributing to. The planet's conditions are changing drastically due to the current trend of global warming, and places where there was once an abundance of water have dried up, causing global droughts. More than half of the planet's major aquifers are alarmingly depleted, and a tremendous quantity of Arctic ice is melting. 37 of these freshwater aquifers, which provide people with 35% of their freshwater needs, are losing more water than they are regaining. These aquifers can take thousands of years to replenish themselves since snowfall and rainfall gradually replenish them, but water use isn't limited to humans. Many of you may not be aware that the planet is consuming its own oceans, but scientists have known for years that this is happening. The Earth is consuming 3 times as much water as previously believed through what are known as subduction zones, which are boundaries that mark the collision between 2 of the tectonic plates of the planet. These tectonic plates are massive sections of the planet's crust that slowly move across its surface over millions of years. At this subduction zone, one plate bends and slides underneath the other, which then curves down into the hotter layer beneath the crust. The Mariana Trench in the western Pacific Ocean is one of these locations where 2 oceanic plates meet. Below the surface, the area is thought to be the deepest part of the Earth's surface, appearing from satellite images as a crescent-shaped scar that stretches 1,584 miles long and 42 miles wide, with its deepest point located 36,000 feet below the surface, opposite the cruising altitude of a passenger jet. The converging Mariana Plate and the massive Pacific Plate collided to generate the trench's deep holes. The motion of these plates is responsible for the water's downward movement, which is thought to be more than 60 miles below the surface. By listening to sounds produced by the Earth for a year, ranging from background noise to genuine earthquakes, researchers were able to make this discovery. Seismic images obtained show that the area of hydrated rock at the Mariana Trench extends almost 20 miles beneath the seafloor, much further than previously known. Previous conventions were based on active source studies which can only show the top 3 or 4 miles into the incoming plate. For the curious, yes, rocks can hold water. A network of 19 passive ocean bottom seismographs was placed across the Mariana Trench, and 7 island-based seismographs were also used. Can retain water. The secret to preserving the water is a mineral known as ringwoodite, a type of olivine that can withstand extreme heat and pressure and functions as a sponge to draw hydrogen and hold water. This mineral can have a high water content in the deep mantle. Because Earth's mantle is so massive, even 1% of the material in the transition zone might be water, creating a reservoir 3 times bigger than all of the planet's seas. Water flows down these subduction zones or fault lines into the Earth's crust, and the combined force of this water being drawn into these subduction zones greatly influences other events occurring on Earth. A portion of it becomes trapped, and at specific pressures and temperatures, chemical reactions produce what are known as wet rocks, which are hydrous minerals that are driven further and farther into the hot mantle by the tectonic plate. Additionally, scientists discovered that the amount of water contained in rocks was significantly greater, up to 4 times, than previously thought. These results indicate the volume of water being drawn into the Earth's core by subduction zones when applied to subduction zones worldwide. The amount of water that these zones swallow is equal to 3 billion teragrams every million years. So where is all that water going? It would seem that what goes inside the Earth must come back out somewhere. Sea levels have remained relatively stable over geological time. This means that all of the water that is going down into the Earth at subduction zones must be coming back up somehow and not continuously piling up inside the Earth. It could be possible that there might be vast underground oceans or lakes that we are unable to see. It's well known that water inside fault lines and between layers of rock act like lubrication when tectonic plates are holding a lot of water. They are more easily able to slide under each other. The movement of tectonic plates creates earthquakes, and the more they move, the more powerful the Earth's tremors become. It is very possible that the continents could start to move much more than normal and change drastically over the next 1,000 years. Earthquakes are quite frequent. In fact, there are over 20,000 of them a year, or 55 of them per day, with about 15 of them being of a magnitude of 7. The Earth's slowed rotation has caused scientists to warn that there may be a rise in earthquakes. The strong correlation between the Earth's rotation and seismic activity indicates that if the Earth is drawing in more water in its subduction zones, there will likely be an increase in the number of intense earthquakes. The slower rotation in conjunction with this could destabilize the entire planet. The relationship between earthquakes and volcanic activity is well established, and both cause extremely swift and dangerous tsunamis. We also know that the amount of water that the Earth absorbs and the amount that is emitted isn't equal. In fact, the amount entering the Earth greatly exceeds the amount exiting it. The great mystery, though, is that there must be some aspect of the movement of water inside the Earth that we are unaware of. It's possible that the majority of the water is being emitted back into the atmosphere as water vapor during volcanic eruptions, as we see a lot of volcanic activity nowadays, which may be directly linked to the water entering the planet through a low-temperature process known as serpentinization. The mantle rock on both sides of the fracture is hydrated by water that enters the mantle through falls. Tonight, a slab of rock with a dark, scaly surface reminiscent of a serpent's skin is transformed into a serpent. As it descends further into the hot mantle, dehydration reactions release water, which at such high pressures and temperatures becomes a supercritical fluid that can drift through materials like gas vapor. This fluid rises into the overlying mantle, lowering the rock's melting point and potentially igniting violent magma eruptions. The Mariana Islands were formed by the same violent magma eruption that created the islands. However, the eruptions caused by this process can occur hundreds or even thousands of miles away. In October 2018, 18 U.S. volcanoes were classified as extremely dangerous due to internal volcanic activity. Hawaii's Kilauea, which coincidentally has been erupting this year, topped the danger list. Other volcanoes that appear to be on the verge of eruption include Alaska's redoubt about Acma, Mount Sperm and Akutan Island. Over the past year, there have been many minor earthquakes felt in the region due to the activity of Wyoming's Yellowstone volcano. Supervolcano Yellowstone is simply a massive cap atop Dre's crater stretches 45 miles wide, and tens of thousands of cubic miles of lava are located just beneath the surface. The entire thing is so enormous that it can only be viewed from low Earth orbit. This magma could very well be increasing due to the fact of the massive amount of water going into the planet. One of the more surprising and devastating volcanic eruptions during 2018 was Krakatoa or Anak Krakatau in Indonesia when it erupted recently on December 20. Its volcanic cone, which stood 1,115 feet high, now only stands 360 feet, and the eruption caused part of the island in the Sundra strain to collapse into the sea, which triggered tsunami waves of more than 7 feet high, which devastated parts of the island. It could very well be possible that we will see increased volcanic activity due to the intake of the Earth's water, and along with this possible global catastrophes of which we have no control over. What do scientists think? The Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years. The land masses we see on the globe currently formed as the planet's plates shifted and collided over millions of years. Those same changes that broke apart the continents will continue. Tracing the water cycle within subduction zones will allow scientists to better understand volcanic activity and subduction zone earthquakes, the most powerful earthquakes in the world. The phenomenon has major implications for the global water cycle. The startling conclusion of the research is that, due to a significant discrepancy between the amount of water being absorbed and the amount the planet is expelling, the amount of water inside the Earth will eventually continue to rise while the amount of water on the surface will decrease, potentially giving the appearance of Mars. What can we do, powerless as we may feel, given that we aren't learning more about the planet and the stages it goes through? Geological studies have shown us that the globe has seen some amazing ice age calamities. Ultimately, we can only use advanced technology to better predict when natural disasters like supervolcanic eruptions and asteroid impacts will occur. We are merely passengers on this journey. We sincerely hope you found the video entertaining. If you have any suggestions for our upcoming video, please share them in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to subscribe and enable notifications so that you are the first to know when we upload a new one. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.